travel, budget, cars. Welcome to the life of P and K. Hi there, this is P.
And I'm Kay, and this is Little P's costume. You've probably seen him in other videos. He's no longer with us, but we'll tell you a little bit more in another one.
Yeah, we'll mention it a little bit in another video, but he's here in spirit and we miss him dearly. We wanted to create a quick little video to introduce ourselves because, you know, you guys have seen the life of P and K and you always wonder, who's Kay? Like, we only see her here and there. Maybe she's recording a couple of videos. So I wanted to make a video with an introduction and just answer a couple questions so you guys are more familiar with us and the channel as well. So where are we from? Well, Kay, where are you from?
So I was born in Peru and I came to the United States when I was 9 with my dad, and then my mom reunited with us 7 years later. And I've lived in Miami ever since. So where are you from?
Well, if you guys haven't noticed by my accent, I'm also not from the States originally. I was born in Bulgaria. We came with my parents when I was about 12, 13 years old. We moved, the first city we lived in was Chicago, and then a couple years later we moved to St. Louis, where I grew up. I spent most of my time there. I went to college there. I got my master's, and now I'm here in Miami. I spent a couple years in Orlando, and I'm here in Miami where I met Kay. Which leads to the second question, where did we meet? So that's a good question because we met like the typical, you know, new way of meeting people. We used an online dating app and, you know, I was swiping, usually left. There was no one that really caught my attention until I saw her picture and decided to swipe right. I was like, okay, I didn't think anything of it. She would not match. Needless to say, she matched relatively quickly. And then we started really talking about stuff. Like, we really got into some deep conversations over our last first messages, and we actually took time to respond well, and not just have like a over the surface messages like, oh, my day is good, whatever. We actually got into like a deeper conversation, which I really enjoyed. And once we got to that point, I really wanted to meet Kay, and we decided to go on a date. The date was supposed to be on a Sunday, but she couldn't wait to meet me. She wanted to meet me so much that we moved it up a day early to a Saturday. So we met on a Saturday. It was actually, another thing is, it was a day, 2 days before my birthday. So that was a Saturday. We had a really good time together. We talked a lot again. And on the way out, at the end of the date, it wasn't really a joke because I wanted it to happen, but I made it like jokingly saying, oh, if we still want to keep our original date for Sunday, we still can. And I was not expecting her to say yes because, you know, the new culture teaches us, oh, that's too soon, too fast, whatnot. But she said yes, and we actually, you know, talked about it, and we met the next day, which we went to see a movie, and we had a really good blast together. And she also surprised me because it was one day before my birthday. She bought me balloons and like a cake, or not a cake, but brigadeiros. She brought me that, and I was not expecting that. It was her only second date, and she already was attentive on that side. I really enjoyed that from her, and it was really awesome. I don't know if you want to share your side, because you're saying that I pushed the date early, not her, but
you did.
Let's hear her side.
There's more to it. So yes, we met online, then we eventually exchanged phone numbers. He got the green bubbles, so I was like, he has an Android, but now he has an iPhone. I
almost ended it there. I was like, iPhone user? No.
And then I followed it, and then you were like, no, kidding. But little does he know, I think like 2 months later you got an iPhone. So even though he said he was an Android 100%, he switched to an iPhone, and from T-Mobile to AT&T. So I don't know, I wasn't influenced.
She was big influence.
But originally we were supposed to meet on Sunday, but we were talking Saturday during the day, and you were actually the one that asked me.
No.
Yeah, he was. I have proof. I have all the messages. So then he said, oh, what are you doing right now? And I think I was just like doing like chores in the house that day, not doing much. And then he was like, oh, would you like to meet today instead of tomorrow? And I was like, sure, right? And then
I had to meet her. You know, people are thirsty out there. I had to meet her. I had to capture her, this rare commodity.
So we moved it from Sunday to Saturday. He's more spontaneous than I am. I'm actually very structured. I like planning ahead. So when he said that at first, I was like, okay, let's do it. So we went on our first date. You got it all right from the first date when we met. Yeah, you got it all right. Yeah, so far. And then towards the end of our date, we are, you know, walking to our cars. And then he did say, out loud by the way, he yelled, "Oh, you're still free tomorrow, you can keep the original date." And I was just like,
She's like, I don't know if I want to have a second date with this guy.
No, I didn't think that. I was just like, okay, is he serious? Is he kidding? Because kind of like what he said, right? Like the dating culture right now.
Especially in Miami.
Yeah, it's different. I can't say I have much experience though, but I have heard many stories. And so yeah, so then Sunday got here. Like I said, I'm a planner, so I was like, okay, well, we did Saturday, so Sunday, it's no longer in the plans, but we were talking throughout the day. I got everything I needed to get done, and then I actually texted him saying like, oh, like we were still talking Sunday, and then I actually texted you saying like, oh, so were you serious about tomorrow? Or were you serious about like seeing each other today again? And he said, what did he say exactly? Totally, or something like that.
I think it was something in the lines like
something like that.
I was thinking.
You were thinking what? So we planned to watch a movie, but I gave myself time to go get him the brigadeiros and the balloons. And yeah, so then that's how it happened. And then after the movies, we had some drinks. Yeah, and then the next day was Monday. It was his birthday. I started work at 8 a.m. We were supposed to leave early, but we actually stayed talking till like 1 a.m. Even the restaurant closed.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how our first and second date went. And then after that,
That's pretty much how we met.
yep,
And after that, the rest is history.
and we are here today.
See. And now you guys obviously wonder, after you heard this phenomenal story of how we met, who said I love you first? No, actually, it was me. I said it a couple times. Obviously, I said it via text first, but not in a way you think. I typed in a computer code because I'm a little bit of a nerd. I'll get into that a little bit later. But I typed in a computer code just like 1 and 0s, or 0 and 1s and so on. And I typed that saying I love you. If you translate the computer code to that, it will say exactly those words. And then the second time, we were hanging out at my place, we were watching a movie. At the end of the night, like she was going home, obviously, and I was walking her to her car, and on our goodbye kiss, I said "običam, which in Bulgarian that means I love you. So obviously, I was the first to say this. I don't think you have much to contribute to this question.
No.
How did you feel after you found out that I said that to you first via the computer language and in Bulgarian?
So I was suspicious that that's what he was telling me. When he told me over text, I was actually about to Google it. And right as I was typing it, he was like, "Don't Google it." I'm like, I think I know, but okay, I won't Google it.
I was planting the seed.
Yeah. And then when he told me when we were walking towards my car, I was like, interesting. But I was just wondering why he wasn't telling me in English. So I just, gave it his time so that you can tell me when you were ready. Yeah, and the story of how he asked me to be his girlfriend. It's really nice too, and sweet.
Should we go into that?
And thoughtful. Yeah.
So for Christmas, I haven't seen my sister in a while, so I decided to go to England for Christmas. So we met in November, end of November. So I had this trip already planned. I decided to go to England. So I was leaving basically from Christmas to, I believe, like the
Right
5th or
after
6th
7th.
of, yeah, the 7th was when I got here.
The 6 year
But
flight.
yeah, I was flying the 6th out of England. So I didn't spend the holidays with Kay at all. She was very sad. But I was trying to think what would be like a good, while I'm away, a good thing for her to look forward to every day. So I created this little jar with like notes inside. So I wrote like personalized notes for certain things that I liked about her, or certain things that, not that she fits, because that's a bad way of saying, but certain things that I'm looking for. And what I really appreciate in her. And every day she would have to open one of these little, I guess, notes, if you want to call them that way. And it will say something there. So every day she had to look forward to that, opening one of those. And at the bottom of the jar, I left like a note. And the note basically was asking her to be my girlfriend. So when I came back on the 7th, she picked me up and she was supposed to give me an answer. And obviously the answer was yes.
So it was not just a question, it was like a letter.
It was a letter, yes.
It was a letter.
With a question at the end.
With a question at the end. Yes. and I read it with him. So I didn't read it before he got here.
So that was surprising too and was really nice. Wait, you didn't even peek at it?
I know, but I had a feeling too.
She always has a feeling.
I'm not wrong though.
No, you were not wrong. So that's the story in a nutshell of Who Said I Love You. I love you first. So this question is gonna change the topic a little bit as to what we do in our personal life. First of all, I'm a treasury analyst. For people that don't know, that's kind of like a mixture of finance and accounting together. You kind of oversee the money of the company and how it moves. You try to protect it and so on. So it's just a lot of people. I tell them I work in finance just to remove some of the confusion. But this is what I do in my life. And what do you do, Kate?
So I got my master's in marriage and family therapy, and I'm currently working in the mental health field.
She has a lot of it. I don't, and she has a lot of it. It's like mine. There's like this much. So
What is that supposed to mean?
she's smart.
Oh, okay.
Me, no, not so much.
I'm like, are we talking about the hair?
Oh, the hair too. Yeah, yeah, you know,
The brains.
all the brains. So next question will be, what are our hobbies, or what do we like to do?
I go first?
See?
Okay. Well, I love working out, but more like dancing, like Zumba. There's also this like workout that's called Fixin' workout. I like going to the beach, and I love traveling. I like listening to music and dancing, which he doesn't really like much.
If you guys have seen a tree being blown by the wind and just going wee wee wee, that's me when it comes to dancing. I'm terrible at it. I don't know how she tolerates that, to be honest. Like a tree, like yeah, it's pretty bad. And for traveling, I do enjoy traveling as well. That's why the channel is gonna have some traveling. That's coming up soon too. So stay tuned. With the next couple of videos, there'll be a lot of traveling coming up. And I guess what I like to do is, as I said, I'm a nerd, so I do like to game. A typical guy, I guess.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. I like to game a lot. But I also do enjoy, I have a passion for cars. I have passion of upgrading cars and so on. And also finances. I do like to read a lot about investing and finances and budgeting. It's a big thing for me personally and part of my hobby. So I enjoy those three things the most, I say. And another thing, which actually is coming on the top of my list, is spending time with Kay. I love doing that.
I love it.
In addition, one of the things that we love the most is hanging out with Little P. He would have been hanging out with us here. He would have been part of this video. But that's unfortunate circumstances. He is not. But we miss him a lot, and we miss hanging out with him because he was just a blast, a bundle of joy.
He was the best boy, so we loved snuggling with him. We would watch Netflix with him, and he would snuggle
And snore.
He would snore. He was 13, nearing 14 years old, and he would bother him for all the green apples and the vitamins. But yeah.
So this is a small quick introduction of who we are and what we enjoy to do, and kind of like why do we have this YouTube channel of budgeting, traveling, and cars. Obviously there's been a lot more cars on the channel of lately because I got a new car and I really enjoy it. But also there's some traveling gonna come too.
Yeah. His car's his baby. Do you want to tell
Baby
them?
number 2.
Do you want to tell them the name?
No, I don't think that's gonna be the name.
Okay.
Not yet. I haven't come up with a car name. So if you guys think of a car name, put it down below in the comments. Or if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, and we'll try to answer those to the best of our abilities. So these are some of the questions we wanted to answer for you guys, so you have a better idea of who we are, kind of meet us, and then put a face to the channel overall, because you guys have seen my ugly mug, but you haven't seen her yet as much. So she's going to be involved a lot more in the channel moving forward, because we're going to do a couple of traveling vlogs. We're visiting a country in Europe, and we're visiting 2 countries in South America. I guess Central America too. Mm-hmm. So we really want to document that and document it for our own and you guys to kind of explore or see what we do as well. I went recently to Peru, visit her home country. I really enjoyed it. I loved every moment of it. I wish I had the recording to show you guys what we were able to see from our explorations. Laguna Humantai, phenomenal place. If you guys have never been, please go. Also Miraflores, Peru. Amazing city. It's basically being like in Miami, but a lot more affordable, a lot nicer people. Just phenomenal. And also Machu Picchu was pretty impressive as well, learning the whole story. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys get to see more of her. She's a little bit shy, but we'll fix that. I hope you see more of her, maybe less of me, because you don't want to see me. But if you guys like this video, feel free to like or hit the like button. That helps out a lot. As well as subscribe if you're new to the channel and if you love traveling, budgeting, and cars. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.